The Dynasty. The Dynasty.
Yeah. 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 Y'all here vibing, y'all. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? How you living? How you feeling? How you mama them? It's your boy LG, and we are back with another edition of the Strip Club Chronicles. We are a little early, but that's because our guest has to be early. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Live we are, and I am happy to bring back our guest, good friend and esteemed guest. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the one and only. I'm gonna see if I can catch her off guard real quick. Let me see if I can catch her. There we go. We got it back. There we go. Miss Blasia. How you doing? I was trying to see if I could catch you off. I was gonna try to have you jump in.
I kind of did jump. So.
Yeah, you did. You kind of did. Okay, you did. How are you, Miss Blasia? How are you, baby?
I'm doing well today, actually. Not too bad.
Not too bad. Good to see. Good. Welcome back. Welcome back. The last time we talked, I was actually happy that you reached out to me, man, because I was like, I've been wanting to get dancers involved with this project because like I wanted to, and we'll get to that in a minute, but I'm glad you are the one that that answered back and said, cool, we'll do it, and we actually did it. And a lot has changed. I think it was like, what, 2 years ago? I think the last one was like 2 years ago. A lot's changed.
I think
So you done got your whole new place, got your life together, got a whole new everything, got a new setup over here, just living life. Boy, I go look at you. Who said strip club stuff don't pay off? You know what? I am, for those who don't know who you are, go ahead and introduce yourself real quick. Go ahead. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm just Blasia. As LG had said, I am actually a spicy dancer. A stripper. But I'm also a content creator, Twitch streamer, YouTuber, all that jazz. And so I mostly play like a lot of horror games, but typically I do like my multiplayer games and my RPGs. So, when I'm not at the club stabbing people with my heels, then I'm here at home stabbing people with knives in game.
Right. There you go. See, I think that, like I said, that's how we met, actually. I think I met you at the club you were at, right? So for those who don't remember, kind of like give y'all a quick recap. I think we ended up meeting, because I was actually just visiting at the club that you were at, and I happened to come across you, and I was like, then when you said that's what you did, I was like, really? I was like, bullshit. So I ended up following you. That's what I was like, oh, she's like this for real. Like, for real. She like this for real. And I was like, oh, okay, this is dope. Like, she cool as hell. Like, I would love to have her on sometime, when I started doing my thing, and I was like, started talking about this. And we was like, yeah, we got to do it. And and she's, y'all, like, for real, like, she's got some solid stuff with her shoots now. Like, her shoots has been doing good. She does also certain I guess sets and stuff like that. I guess you do like, sets and things like that. So I don't think I got a chance to ask you the last time. Like, when you do your sets, what is your process of going through these sets? Do you come up with these sets yourself? do you have somebody that helps you with them, or you have like a list of ideas already and you're just picking one, do a roulette wheel, throw shit at the wall, see what sticks that day or what?
So kind of just like with cosplay, you have a list, but new things come about or you're more inspired to work on something that's older.
Mhm.
So basically when it comes to me, I kind of just like I'll see fit like what I would see like what's fitting right now, depending on the season, what's
Mhm.
going on. Is there anything new or what could be attention grabbing or the theme? And I'll just go with it. So I'll just make sure I'm like, okay, this is how I want to shoot this. Like I'm inspired by something I saw on Pinterest or Instagram or TikTok, everything like that. And then I'll start actually gathering the pieces up, like the costumes, how I'm gonna set up, like where I want to take the pictures at, and everything like that. And then I typically would just reach out to one of my photographers who I think could capture that aesthetic that I want for the set. And pretty much we were just at a go. I have different photographers for different sets that I know, like, oh, well,
Mm.
this one has very more moody shooting and lighting, so I want it for this particular set. And this other one, probably he has like all these different types of lights and backgrounds, so I'm going to shoot with him and he has a different way of editing. So it's kind of like on the whim. It's like, I know I want to shoot these. I have a bunch of costumes that I have ready and I have bought, but they're like, when can I set up to shoot this? Do I have all the pieces together and
Okay.
things of that nature?
Okay. So you already have a lot. So you like I like how you said that you have different photographers for different shoots and stuff. That's because you actually kind of answered the question that I was going to answer. And that's because like so I know you have different shoots and stuff like that. So you look at different photographers. So like how many photographers do you have like on call, like at least on average, like 3, 5 that you look at, 3 to 5, like a handful?
So technically, I switch between these two photographers that I know, especially one, Grayson.
Mhm.
He is like my main photographer that I usually typically shoot everything with. His house is literally built like a photo studio for
Oh
every room
wow.
and outside.
Nice.
So I go to him for everything, whether it's cosplay or maybe something for fans account or everything like that. And then recently, one of my good friends, she had a photographer that she used to go to, located in Austin as well. And I started shooting with him. And now he's someone that I kind of just reach out to now. I'm just like, hey, when's the next time you're available? I'm going to bring Alex with me and we're going to go shoot this and everything. But those two are usually on standby for me.
Mm.
I could reach out to some other photographers. Typically, I don't, but I should. And I have a lot of photographers who actually reach out to me and they want to try and shoot things. But
Yeah.
as a model, we don't just say yes to anyone just because they have boudoir sets like on their Instagram pages. Like, okay,
Yeah.
anybody pick up a camera and shoot the lingerie and stuff like that. I'm looking for someone who has great lighting skills or editing skills that can capture my skin color. So
Okay.
right
Fair.
now, I'm still trying to add more photographers, but just those two
Right.
currently.
I got you. I understand. It's a lot because I know nowadays everybody, like you said, everybody can get a camera and start shooting. It's a skill. I tell people it's a skill all the time. It's something that you have to develop, and the only way you can develop it. And I tell this especially like to dancers and to models and stuff like that is, and the only way for people to develop it is you got to take a chance on people. Like it's a two-way benefit, really. It's always a two-way deal. And I get the concern because I know a lot of like, especially with models and stuff. I know I've heard horror stories of, of the infamous casting couch shit. You know what I mean? The casting couch shit. And I get it. I'll be the first one to tell you I understand. I get it. I feel you. You don't want to be putting yourself in that position. I personally, when I work with entertainers and stuff like that, I understand that situation. I personally just say, look, I take that out, right? And I take it out in a jokingly way. Like I say, look, you don't got to do all that shit for me. You ain't gotta, we ain't gotta do no casting couch shit, none of that shit, right? Because you don't have to do all of that. Yeah, I feel like it's not important for the job. You feel what I'm saying? Um,
Hmm.
even with my job, even with the job, including having sexual, references or sexual energy or whatever the fuck. I think personally that you don't need to do that because it takes to me it makes things easier. Like I said, you ain't gotta fucking do all that. You don't. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it ends up getting there, I'm not gonna say no. I'm just gonna say, you look, it's not a requirement. It's not a prerequisite. And it because it's a joke to get people like to kind of loosen up, but at the same time, it's facts because I'm not gonna sit up here and say, okay, look, sit on this couch. In order for you to get this shot with me, you have to get on this couch. I shit you not. I've seen like video vixen stories. I've seen all of that shit, and I think it's not right. I will agree with a lot of women when they have to go through that, and in a lot of cases, it's not right. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's at best it's manipulative at best, and at worst it's damaging. It can be. I feel like that. Shout out to Disparity in the chat, by the way. He just came through. But yeah, I think honestly, and I've said this before, and I think right now, I think now more than ever, and this is the reason why I do these, is because I feel like there's too many people that either is so polarizing when you talk about shit like this, the club shit. You know what I'm saying? The club shit is very polarizing. I think your camera froze. Blasia, you still over there? I check. Yeah, I think her camera froze. Yep, her camera froze. All right, give me a second. Let me see. Her camera. Yep, her camera froze. But yeah, man, this is crazy. I think it's crazy stuff, man. When it comes down to stuff like this, when it comes down to stuff like this, yo, for real, I try to be as real as possible. You know what I'm saying? I try to be as I try to give y'all the real. You feel me? So we gonna figure that out. I think Blasia's computer's acting up. All right. Uh-oh. I think the whole thing froze. Oh no. All right. All right. All right, she's gonna have to reset her computer and come back, yo. Okay, well, we're gonna come back to Blasia in a bit. And yeah, we're gonna come back to Blasia in a bit, yo. And but yeah, no, I think with Blasia, yo, I'm gonna go find her stuff. I was actually looking for her stuff right now, so give me a second. Yeah, let me see. We are going to switch over to this. Oh wait, wrong screen. Wrong screen. Switch your laptop, okay. All right, bet. Let her switch to her laptop. Bet. Let me get that out the way. Get that. Here we go. Switch that to this. No, wait to this. There we go. Move that down. There we go. Boop and boop. There we go. So this is just something that one of the things that Blasia does when she's not streaming and stuff like that. So, I like this shoot. The shoot's nice. Really simple yet effective. You know what I'm saying? I like this as a good little set. Does a really good job. I like this outfit. Looks good on her. Dealing with the lighting stuff is always a tough thing, especially with certain skin tones and stuff like that. So it's always tough, and I feel it. You know what I'm saying? I definitely understand and I definitely get it. But when I do these, y'all, I want y'all to understand that it's not to necessarily demonize or glorify what we do, right? It's to bring light into stuff, because I feel like there's too many people that just say, hey, look, anybody can do this. And I really think that not everybody can, especially when it comes to dancers, and now especially with the ladies, right? Because it takes a certain level of mental fortitude to deal with this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna bring back up one of Blasia's pictures, and I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about, right? So to be able to put yourself in a position like this, right? There are things that you have to do. Like, you have to be able to understand that there's going to be people looking at you, right? And I was talking with a dancer, matter of fact, yesterday when I was picking up my check, right? And I was talking with a dancer, and she was like, she was one of those ones that wanted to be low key, right? And I get it. Not everybody, can handle, being looked at, and there's people out there that will do shit just to bully other people, right? And for whatever reason in our society, we've gotten to a point where, we bully those who do stuff like this, right? The irony of this is that we'll bully women, right? Or we'll bully women and even men that like this shit. We'll bully people for this, but yet we'll save the pictures to our phones and our devices and jack off to it. Right? That's the part that kills me. That's the part that gets me. That's the part that gets me. It's people will talk shit about women who do this, right? They'll talk shit about women who do this. We'll say, "Oh, well, I wouldn't want my girl to do this. I wouldn't want my significant other doing this. If my significant other ever did this for anybody other than me, it's a problem." But you're mad at a woman for, capitalizing on this. That's what gets me hot. You know what I'm saying? This right here, stuff like that is what gets me hot. There's so many people that have this mentality, and I hate it. Right? You can't say that you're better than somebody while you're sitting up here going through people's photos, going through people's posts, taking these pictures and, using it to leverage or bully, tell people that they can't work certain jobs. I can't get with that. I'm sorry. I don't care how you slice it. I think it's rude. I think it's disrespectful. All right. And okay, I think she says she's back. Okay. I'm about to get her back right now. And I think it's rude. I think it's rude and it's just disrespectful. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Let's before we start, let me test something out. Can you hear me in the microphone?
Yeah, I can hear you in the microphone perfectly fine. Let me put you over here. Like wasn't it's the online purity test. Man, fuck those purity tests, TMF. For real, because a lot of these purity tests are ass. We'll get to that in a second. All right, welcome back, Blasia. I know that was weird.
I'm sorry about that. I'm still working with my computer, but at least I still have my laptop.
Girl, I understand how that goes. Technology's a beautiful thing when it works. I know. If your computer was a person, you'll grab it by the throat and chuck it across the room. I know.
Yeah, I was screaming.
Oh, but yeah. What were we going at before you? What was the last thing you probably?
I think the last thing I heard was about you. You said when you talk to other models and you try to make them feel comfortable as possible.
Yes.
So.
Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, we were talking about that. So my goal is to make them feel as comfortable as possible. I don't ever claim to know everything, and like I said, I'm kind of just getting started myself, and I do understand people want that degree of, I guess, work, or I guess comfortability, I guess. But I was talking about that, and also I kind of switched topics because I pulled up your shoot with the maid shoot, right? Cute shoot, by the way. I like the photo, I like the outfit.
Thank you.
My thing was I was just telling people that I'm kind of over society right now, because they'll sit up here and get mad at you for posting that. Like, for those of y'all that don't know what, once again, I'm gonna go back and what we talk about here. Okay, we got that, and then we're gonna bring that back. So we were talking about your maid shoot. We were talking about this maid shoot here that I have on the screen now. And I was saying that how society is just stupid and weird, right? They'll make fun of you, or they'll demonize you for photos like your maid shoot, right? but then they'll turn around and, you know, some of them will turn around and have it saved in their phone. They'll be sitting there jacking off to a low key, or they'll be sitting there, you know, they'll be like, oh, well, I've never let, you know, I wouldn't want my partner doing this. I wouldn't want my partner doing that, blah, blah, blah type shit. But then they'll, you know, they'll sit up here, you know, coming all up in your DMs like, oh, hey, can I get a picture? Can I get how much for a pic? How much, you know, they'll be one of your low key biggest customers and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, to me, I hate that as a society. I hate it. Or people will use that to try to bully you. Like, say you decide to move on and do something different with your life, or, you know, they'll try to use this as a bargaining chip and say, oh, well, you know, oh, well, would you, sir, Mr. Business Owner, would you want your one of your employees that does this for your business? Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't like that shit, and I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it, and I don't know. Maybe you understand why they would do it, or I don't know. What do you think about it? Like, what do you think about shit like that?
I'm not a fan of the hypocrites, honestly. Like
Yeah.
it just goes to show, in my opinion, I mean, like they can talk all this shit and everything like that, but it's just like, well, how did you discover this in the first place? Because that same concept is basically what happens at work on a daily basis of people coming in there and they're like, "Well, you're too beautiful to work in the strip club. If you were my girl, I wouldn't have you in the strip club." Da da da. And it's just like, then why the fuck are you in here then? Like if you
Yeah.
like if you wouldn't want your girlfriend in the strip club, why are you actually in here looking for a girlfriend? There are guys in there that comes in there and they're like, I want to take you out on a date and I want to do this and that. And it's just like, so you're trying to romanticize me, but at the same time, you personally wouldn't have a girlfriend in the strip club. And it's just like,
Right. They tell on themselves.
the
Yeah.
hypocrisy,
Yeah. Yeah.
like
They tell on
you are
themselves.
in here for a reason. Like you don't have a girlfriend. That might be why, because of this stank ass attitude you have. So it's like you're in here
Right.
for a reason because you couldn't get one. So take that hypocrisy. The same thing with the whole OnlyFans and they're criticizing one person or a model, but at the same time they go around like liking the same pictures that these other models are providing them to jack off to. So
Yeah.
it's
Yep. Yep.
the irony and all.
I think this has exposed a lot of things. Now, I do, like I said, I will understand, like, if you are that type of person, and you have to take this on a case by case basis. And I tell this with anybody. You have to take shit on a case by case basis, especially with this. Now, if you are dealing with somebody that doesn't like that, and they've been, for the most part, clear about it, right? For the most part. And I say that for the most part because sometimes people come in, they're just curious about this. They come into the clubs, they're curious. They want to see what really goes down. And you know, sometimes they'll be like, all right, well, I'm not really feeling this, blah blah blah. Blah. Okay, that's cool. It's different if you really don't. If that's your bottom line. Like, bottom line, I don't get down like that. That's what you're saying. Cool. All right. But at the same time, if your actions don't match up with what you're saying, right? Then we have a problem. Right? I can't sit up here and tell people. I've had so many people, especially women, tell me that I hate women. Girl, I can't tell you how many times like, I hate women. Can you believe that? Me working in a strip club, I hate women. 70% of my my job is working with people like you, and then I'm also have a business where I'm working with women. If I hated women, I would not be here. If I hated women, I would be just like the rest of these clowns online talking shit about you and what you do. I feel like, you know, yeah, TMS, shout out to TMS in the building. Yeah, and then I get it. I understand. There's people out there that are, and I get it. Some of these, and I hate some of these other podcasters. I don't know. I think they do this on purpose with some of these podcasts because I know you've seen a few. They get these girls that do OnlyFans on these podcasts that say the most stupidest shit. Like, we know, me and you are sitting there listening to them, and we know it doesn't make any, like, it's stupid. You know how they sit up here and dog men and they drag men across the, you know what I'm saying? We know it's wrong. And it's like, oh my God, this bitch shut the fuck up. Or she say some off the wall shit like, well, my man's got to do this. And I hate that shit. I hate it. because it fucks up the shit. Like, and they do this all the time. But then they sit up here and they get these girls. That's also the other thing. Like, they get these girls that say this shit on purpose, because if they get regular girls that do this, like that just model or dance or whatever and go out and stay out the way and just live their life, it will crush their narrative, I think. Because I think these guys want to set up a narrative that a lot of these girls that yourself that do this are, they're classless, they're predatory, they're that you guys are all of these negative things, when it's not necessarily true. You get what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like,
I think so. Yeah.
I don't, like I said, some of what we do is, albeit, let's just be real. Some of this is predatory to a degree, to a very small degree. You do have to lie a little bit. You do have to entertain people in their egos a little bit, right? To a point. And I say this to a point. There are certain things that if a guy is like, if I'm your customer, right, and I'm sitting up here, I can't just go up to you and just like, I don't know you from a can of paint and go up and slap your ass like we playing basketball, like, good job, team. I can't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? I can't.
I mean, you can, but you as a person, your good morals and nature, you won't. But you'd be surprised if people actually fucking do that. So it's the environment that I'm in.
Yeah, it's the environment. But like, I personally wouldn't do it. Like, if I know you and we working together, I'll do it as to play with you, sure. You know what I'm saying? But it's not to, like, I'm not gonna sit up here and be like, hey baby, let me get a dance from you right quick. Let me, hey, how much like what was that last, like we talked about how much for fuck, how much for suck? How much for, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing all of that shit. Like, personally, and that, like I said, it's down to personal experience. But and I get it. It's sexual energy. And I think a lot of people don't know how to manage or control that. I think the Whatever podcast is what I'm talking about. Yeah, that Whatever podcast, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, they do a lot of that shit, and they got a lot of guys in there that are I caught a double standard one time. They were sitting there making fun of like girls that were doing OnlyFans, right? But they had this one guy on there. He was like in a suit or whatever, dressed up, pretty nice with a suit. And they were talking about abusive relationships, and they were saying that the guy was like, oh, well, if you're in an abusive relationship, to basically stick it out. You have to stick it out. Like, that's, oh, well, you gotta stick it out. No, well, I'm like, huh? Yeah, that was the hypocrisy. I couldn't. I'm like, bro, I gotta find that clip, and I have to show you what I'm talking about. But it was so stupid, and I didn't really care much for the podcast anyway, because I started like, I didn't like how they were kind of going about some of the girls or whatever. Same thing with Fresh and Fit, kind of. Like, Fresh and Fit guys points to a degree when it comes to men, but like how they treat a lot of the girls too, and the girls that they put on there, if you get somebody that's like a Sukiano or a Cardi B that's out there, that's known for being, I guess, degenerate, if you will, you're gonna have that energy. You can't get mad when that happens. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like I said, I wouldn't mind having like a Cardi B type on my show, but at the end of the day, I'm not gonna sit up here and I'm putting that shit in check personally, because I'm not gonna deal with it. You know what I'm saying? But how do you feel about, like, have you seen any of those podcasts and stuff before? Like, how do you feel about shit like
that? If by seen, you mean like just seeing like clips and stuff?
Yeah,
like
clips.
That?
Yeah, clips. Because I was not
okay.
watching the full shits.
Okay, then yeah, I've seen a few clips on TikTok before, and it's always the same thought process every time I watch them. It's just like it's like when I hear I want a woman, and it's just like, that's why you ain't got no goddamn bitch, because of the way you're thinking. Damn it. It's like not only the way you're thinking, but it sounds like to me that when you try to search and approach a woman, you're using that same attitude that pretty much repels them. And I'm like, there's no way any fucking man actually thinks like that. There's no way other people are thinking like that until I have met someone in the club that is, I guess, technically a friend, but saying that follows the Fresh and Fit podcast to like a T, and I'm sitting here like,
Yo,
bro.
really?
And then every time I see them when they come in, they're just like, every time they come into the club, it's like every couple months or something like that, and I get an update from their life about their love life and stuff like that, and it's just like, yeah, it's not working out, and I'm just like, I wonder fucking why, but there's a main reason why it's not, and I don't.
No,
I
you
guess
don't
we're
have
at another
to.
topic, but
Yeah, go
well,
for
okay,
it.
no, but it's funny. It's funny. It's funny because I don't think Fresh and Fit actually went over. They probably did. They probably did. Has there been a podcast where they said something about a body count?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Okay. So this guy literally will come in and tell me that, now, mind you, he's 32. He's about my age. And he'll come in and he'll tell me about his love life and how he tried it with another girl. And it seems like every time he tries it with a girl, they get younger and younger. And this last one literally was 19 because, in his words, is they have less of a body count and you get to mold them the way you want to mold them.
Oh,
And I'm like,
he said that? Like he literally that came out of his mouth? Oh shit.
and I was like, and I was like, where the fuck are you getting this? He's like, you know, some of the like the podcasts I listen to, like Fresh and Fit, and I'm just like, that's living proof right there that the people who follow those those podcasts, like, or you know, like you're not understanding it.
Here's the thing: when it comes down to like the younger, here's if we're gonna expose that. Like my only thing when it comes to shit like that, right? Because people love to shit on men, especially when, why are you going younger, right? The funny thing is, right, and this is coming from years of observation. Okay, a lot of women will go for older men. It's okay. It's okay when but that's okay. But if I say I want a girl that's younger, and I give my reasons why, right? He gave his the person gives their reason why they want younger, and you're like, oh well, you're predatory. Well, is it the same thing when you want an older man? Because I think the older men are a little bit more seasoned, they're a little bit more mature. That this and that. It's still predatory. If we're going to pull it all out, like, right, okay, it's like me cleaning off my bed back here, right? And if I want to clean off my bed in the back, I cannot just fold off one side of the sheet, and no, we got to pull off the whole sheet, we got to pull off the whole blanket. You feel me? We gotta pull it all off, and I think that's the problem right now with our society is that both these podcasts or whatever podcast, the Fresh and Fit is exposed a lot of shit. And I'm talking good and bad. I'm talking bad, good. And what a lot of these red pill, and I've said this before with red pill shit, right? It's exposed a lot of it's exposed how a lot of men are, right? A lot of the frustration that a lot of men deal with, right? And it's also exposed female nature, right? And like I said, I have no issue with it. Like I said, if I understand how the game goes. If I'm not I may not be the guy that a lot of girls are looking for, whatever the fuck at this point. That's perfectly fine, right? It is what it is, right? So if it boils down to status and all of that shit, whatever it is for you, right? I have no issue with it. If that's what you do, cool. The problem is we got to play that shit by ear. Not every woman is like that. Now there are a lot of women that are being taught this, and I've said this before on another podcast that I have, where with the underlying issue with this is that a lot of what women are being taught is being exposed, and it's being taught to every woman to some degree. Even the so-called good girls that don't do the modeling, the OnlyFans, that go out and actively do what these men are in these podcasts are talking about, right? It's being taught to some degree, and that's the part that's scary. Think about it. When you had your parents, when you had your mother in your life, right? Your mother taught you to a degree how to manipulate men to get what you want to some degree. No? No? What did she tell you? What did she tell you? What did she tell you, if you don't mind me asking?
Okay, so no, actually my mother didn't do that.
Okay.
She was one of those women that watched like Lifetime movies a lot.
Oh,
so
shit.
everything she taught me was more or less of
The Lifetime, wait, the murder
protecting myself
movies?
from.
The
Yeah,
murder
yeah,
movies?
she watched too much of those shits. So growing up, me and my sisters actually was just more or less taught like to avoid strangers. Like it was
Mm.
more or less of don't be alone, watch your surroundings,
Mm-hmm.
call
Mm-hmm.
me this and that. Don't talk to strangers. It was there was no warning of particularly men, like not like that. It was just as children and teenagers, it was
Yeah.
these are the main safety concerns. Don't talk to people online, and
Mm.
get for having like a MySpace, not MySpace, yeah,
Yeah,
MySpace.
MySpace. Yeah, we telling our age of this bitch. Goddamn.
It's more predatory things. My mom, none of even in the women in my family either. We were
Yeah.
never taught to manipulate men or anything like that. If anything, my mom always taught me like because I have anger issues out the ass. She told me to make sure that when you want something, you need to be nice to someone because then they'll probably actually like not bend over backwards, but they'll
Mm.
be willing to work with you. So like
True. That's true.
and since there's times where, we have issues with our car, or I done something and I can't afford something, or I gotta wait on it, and I'll tell the repair people like I can't do this right now. But because of my nature of kindness and I'm being honest with them, they're willing to work with me. So there's never been any manipulative kind of attitude towards men that my mom taught me. Of anything,
Mm-hmm.
literally anything that I live by for what she say is that there's a couple rules. She'll say like if he wanted to, he will. Two, two, if he's not willing to meet the parents, then that's a red flag. And
Right.
then three, come out the house as if you're trying to impress somebody and you're looking for your soulmate out there. So those are the rules we live by.
Mm.
So I've
Fair enough.
never encountered any women in my family that taught manipulating men.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe because I'm also privileged, I lived in a privileged kind of environment. I also probably surround myself with friends that are taught the same way. We are
Good. Yeah.
never taught about the manipulative thing. If anything, I think the internet and social media is what's actually teaching us or younger girls nowadays about that. So if parents
Yeah.
are raising men like that, if parents are raising people like that, then that's awful. But I
Yeah.
haven't encountered that. Not sure if
Yeah.
that's our generation or I just feel like social media is probably just teaching that shit at this point.
Good point. That's a good point. I like that. Okay, I like that. So here's my thing, right? When it comes to this, like a lot of it has been taught to, and it's not just social media, right? Because I think it's social media just amplifies the shit, right? All social media does, in my personal opinion, it amplifies shit. It brings people that are far away close together, right? All that shit. It does all of that amplification and all that. But there has been a lot of stuff, even with a lot of the Lifetime movies and shit, right? That I from the little that I've seen, that would basically have it to where the men that are like, oh well, I'm leaving you for this other woman type shit, and I don't know, maybe we're looking at different movies and shit, but like some of the ones that I've seen, there were like it's always been to some degree, it's always been men are been thrown under the bus to some degree, right? The man's cheating, this man is cheating, this man is doing this man is he's disrespectful, he's abusive, and it doesn't show that there are a lot of women that are teaching this. Like I used to be like when I was growing up around my mom, because my mom used to tell us to treat people with respect, both ends, right? Especially women, but on both ends we treat people with respect. Um, but what used to kill me was when I was younger and I used to have to be around my mom, and I would go to places like the salons and shit like that. You would hear how women talk bad about men. Like they would sit up here and talk shit about men, like how, oh well, this guy I'm talking to, man, he ugly for real. Like he really ugly. I don't like him. I really don't like him, but he pays my bills, girl. He pays my bills. He does this, that, and the third, girl. Oh girl, he's small, girl. He's this, that, and the third. And it's things that if it were told to a man's face, it would break him, right? Just imagine being told that, by your significant other that, just out of nowhere that, what, hey, y'all been together for years, you think everything's good. hey, yeah, you smell down there. You know, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, just out of nowhere, just straight up disrespectful to you, you know, and then also in front of the boys, in front of like that, stuff like that. And I think it's that level of disrespect, that cognitive dissonance that's happening right now. Not for you specifically, right? But I feel like in general, it's happening a lot. And I think what social media is doing is it's exposing this. And until we sit down and have conversations like this to say, hey, look, not everything is like this. Hey, my family taught me this, and respect it. I just do what I want because this is what I feel the path that I chose. I think that's a good. I think once we start getting that what was I just saying, the damn case by case basis shit out the way, I think that makes things a lot better. Does that make sense? I think so.
Um, well, theoretically speaking, it could work, but if you like deep dive into like the ethics and morality and personal beliefs, I mean, it's not going to be a kumbaya kind of situation. We can see that depending, surrounding ourselves on the right groups and
Yeah.
environment, we can see that maybe there are people that we see that are actually raised in the right beliefs that we believe is part of our moral sense. So take for instance the whole debacle about the girlfriend who was mad about the guy taking what was it, taking her to like a certain restaurant, like the Cheesecake
Oh yeah,
Factory.
yeah, 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 yeah,
And
yeah.
then they started, and then for some reason, some stupid list came out about where women don't want to go for their first dates. And
Oh yeah, I saw
by
that.
God, like, by God, like it was crazy because I thought, going to the comment section, I thought I was going to see like a lot of people saying some stupid shit, a lot of women saying some stupid shit. And to a degree, I was like, what the fuck? Some of them, like the majority of them was just like, who is these we business? Like, who's this we?
Yeah.
Because some of y'all are just being a little spoiled brats and shits, and y'all wondering why y'all can't get a second date or anything like that. So,
Right. Or a second dance in
based
this case,
on
since we're talking about strip clubs.
yeah, this since social media analyticals is actually part of my job and degree, and studying human case nature and their mindset. I was just like, oh. So it's not just me, it's not just a few people, it's a majority of people speaking. So I'm like, so some of these fuckers were raised to be like this. And I'm just sitting here like,
Mm-hmm.
these are the young bitches. These are the young girls that are being like that. So it's not generation millennials. It's not the fucking millennials. I mean, there might be a portion of them, handful that are like that, like that's probably close to the fucking Gen Z, but it, it's definitely beliefs, morals that was raised through parents, and social media is definitely amplifying it. But the same way when everyone wants equality, it goes both ways. So if
Mm-hmm.
women are talking shit about men, about how they're using them for their money and other benefits, it's the same thing with men. And maybe the men don't have the money, or maybe they do, but they may be using it for an emotional or physical, they may be using women for more emotional, physical assets
Mm-hmm.
or things in that. So either way, both teams are excuse me, both evil parts of the teams are both manipulating both genders. So
Yeah. No.
in a
eh,
sense, it's and you were saying, backtracking back to when you said like the Lifetime movies were portraying
Yeah.
the men as evil. That's because it's Lifetime station. It's written by women. That's why the stories are written
But
by written by
you get
women,
my
is
that's my
told from their
point.
perspective.
But that's the point, that was the point that I was making, because a lot of them were written by women, and they painted men specifically as a villain, which the problem with that is it ignores, right? So it's the same thing with like what's that? There's an Instagram place, I think the Dancer's Source. I think that's what it's called, the Dancer's Resource or the Dancer's Source on Instagram. That literally they always target men, and like when it comes down to men, like they always look at like the guys, like they always share the stuff about shitty customers or shitty guys that are taking advantage of women, which there are some out there, right? I get that.
Mhm.
Here is Here's a problem, right? Here's a problem. When you do that, you ignore the predatory women. And that's my point. This is the point that I get at, because I've seen so many women that will, especially in clubs, since we're talking strip clubs, and you've seen it too. You cannot say you haven't. Where girls will sit up here, fake shit with each other, and will be faking for years and set a girl up to get fucked up, to get fucked over. That will fake a friendship with a bitch because she'd be like, oh, well, I never liked her anyway. I just wanted to, I know she's good at getting money. I'm just going to use her to get money. So, but we're not really friends like that. So I'm going to fake friendships. I'm going to fake a friendship, or house mom that's being predatory, that's sitting up here, inappropriately touching, not necessarily in the clubs that we work at, because, we don't have that problem. But I've heard of shit happening. And even in regular life, we've heard stories of teachers, female teachers, that are taking advantage of younger men, but they don't look at how it's worded. You see what I'm saying? So if we're going to, once again, it goes back to what I was saying. If we're going to talk about the bed analogy, we got to pull off the sheets on all that shit. Every single one of it. Because if we're going to say that men can be predators, which is true, right? Women can just as much as well be predators as well. And we have to be careful. I think that is the biggest problem right now, is that we have to understand that predators come in every, we got to know about what predatorial tendencies, I can't talk right now, but you get the point. Predatorial tendencies everywhere. We got to be careful everywhere, because just like how as a man, I could take advantage of you as a woman could do the same thing. And matter of fact, it would be easier for her, because now baby, you could trust me. I'm a woman. I do what you do. I bleed like you do. I know how you feel. You know what I'm saying? I know how you feel. I know how to do this. I'm on your team type shit. The team sports, if you will. Does that make sense? Why are you thinking about that? I gotta get the chat. What up, Prince? Prince, where you at? Prince says, what's going on, LG and Blasia in the chat? Oh yeah. Hi. It is Black History Month. It is Black History Month. I ain't got my hotep. Does my hair count? Because I got the, my hair could literally, be the hotep thing. The little, I'm black, y'all. And I'm black, y'all. And I'm blackity black. Black. But yes, you're right. Tiamat says something that's key here. The lack of healthy relationships. So it's also the lack of healthy relationships. So the villages become corrupted or changed. That right there. I think that's
unfortunately, unfortunately, because social media pushes more of the bad side of relationships, they're not making example and highlighting the healthy relationships. And I know people are out there and saying, well, so like a lot of people are just faking it for social media and stuff like that. But if it can be used to display bad behavior, toxic relationships, and being manipulative from both sides, I don't understand why healthy relationships are criticized when people actually do put out, like, hey, this is what me and my partner do. This is a healthy thing. Maybe you guys should try this. Be more open, communicate with each other. How come that's not highlighted more than it is with the bad relationships? Because if social media and audience treated healthy, good relationships as something, like if they highlighted it more than the bad relationships, people would be more inspired and we'd be taught to do better. But instead they're criticized. It's like, man, they're probably just using each other for this, or you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. It's like people are just always trying to see the negativity in it.
Right. And it's the same thing that could be with the negative relationship. Some people could be just faking the shit, and people will be faking the negative stuff for skits and shit. And I've seen that before. Couples will be together and they'll be having whole skits planned, having whole skits about negativity in relationships, and they just sitting there making the skits and laughing at everybody else sitting there, trying to piece their life together. Like it's crazy with social media how you got people that will legit try to, and I've dealt with this too, because I support a comic book creator. Shout out to Eric July and the Ripperverse. I support them, and I have so many people that will that I've known that will go against them and try to go through their past and try to, you know, do a little bit of research and it's like, y'all, what are y'all doing? What is, like, people will sit up here and go through your posts, your old posts, and think that's indicative of how you are right now. That doesn't work. Like, I don't understand the point of that. And there's people that literally sit here, no face, mind you, with no face, you know, some weird ass avatar, right? And they're sitting up here going at your posts. And I know you dealt with some of this before. Like, you know, they'll sit up here, you post your shit online, and they'll be like, "Oh, you're such a whore. Like, you're a whore. You're this, you're that." And I'm like, bitch, I don't know you. Oh, you're ugly. And I'm like, first of all, you don't show your face. So by default, you've already fucked up. If you can't show me you can't talk about me being ugly and you don't show your face. And that's a beautiful thing about the internet, I guess, because everybody can hide behind a mask, or anybody can be whatever they want to be at any given time on the internet. I you know, I know you've been studying that shit. I know that's been like, you know, it's crazy how many times people get put on a persona online, and it's like, you are nothing like what you put out online. The things people do to put out appearances, like, people will go broke. People will go broke behind this shit, especially to play like a stripper. That's the thing that gets me right now, and that, I think, the kind of shift, and that's the thing that's always bothered me. Right, this stripper thing has now become an aesthetic. How do you feel about that? Before I get into my thoughts on that, how do you feel about girls that will use what you do, right, as an aesthetic, as purely an aesthetic? Like, they'll get the outfits, the heels, the 6-inch heels. Can't walk in them for shit.
It honestly actually pisses me off, and I say this probably every time I fucking work and I see new girls that come to work at the club and stuff like that. I'm just sitting here like, I fucking hate social media for pushing this stripper aesthetic, because again, you're only seeing the good side, the good side of being a stripper, and they're not even given their chance to, like, even try to work or go to college. Like, young girls, they're like, I see in the comments all the time, I can't wait till I turn 18, or I can't wait till I turn 21 so I can try out dancing, or I can do plans, this and all this shit. And I'm sitting here
Yeah,
like,
bitch, you have no idea.
don't you want to try to go to college? Because the majority of us, yes, we chose to work at a strip club,
Yeah.
but it's because we know our advantage, our social skills. Some of us have pretty privilege, and we're not doing this like a good 80% of the people that I work with. We're not doing this for the fucking aesthetic. We're doing this to pay some fucking bills.
Mm-hmm.
And we just know that the money comes faster that way. Like, yeah, we can do a 9 to 5, but it wasn't cutting it for some people because of their schedule. Maybe they're taking care of family or kids, and the 9 to 5, these 9 to 5 jobs are not as lenient. It's just like, oh, well, you don't have any sick days and all that stuff. They have
Yeah.
excuses, whereas being a stripper, it gives us more freedom and we can still pay our bills. We're not doing it for the aesthetic. We're doing it because we want to fucking work and get like a better life at this point. And most of us will retire in a couple years once we save enough money. But to these young girls that are just out here because they're like, I can't wait to make all this fucking money, baby. You don't understand.
What are you gonna
Like,
do with it? Like, what are you gonna do with it?
it's not even what you're gonna do with it. Like, right now, we're in our slow season. We've been in our slow season since fucking October, and
Yeah.
like, we have an ass load of girls that are coming to our clubs and everything like that. And we have to share the customers, what little customers actually are coming to the club. People are not spending their money. We're still in our slow season,
Mm-hmm.
so it's bad right now. And not every time you work you're going to come out with like your 4, your 500. You're not going to make a fucking stack. That's a fucking lie. Especially, it depends where you live at. That's all bullshit. If anything, you're lucky enough to
Mm,
leave the club with $100 after you didn't pay your house fees and and your tip out and everything like that. It's a lie, literally. Like, some of us have been leaving the club with either $0 or like fucking $17. It's all a fucking lie. So it pisses me off that people are just hyping this shit up. It's not a hype thing. It's not cool.
Yeah.
I don't fucking care what social media says or the movie says. Yeah, it's cool to an aspect, but it's fucking tiresome.
I agree. I agree. And y'all can see it on her face, y'all. You can see she means that shit. She means that shit. Well, I mean, that's why I be trying to, like, this is the purpose of these things, because I want people to understand that it's not always sunshine and rainbows, man, because it's not a lot. Like, so for those of y'all that don't know, I posted about it on my Instagram. Because here's the crazy part. My club, the club that I work at, which I was having a good ass time at, it shut down last week. It shut down, literally shut down last week, because the landlord did not want to renew the lease. Okay, that was what was told to us in the meeting on last Monday. I shit you not, last week. Last week, that was what was told to us. And I was hot, okay? I had girls that were, like, I had one girl that was, like, crying, okay? Crying, y'all. Crying. I'm talking straight 5-year-old temper tantrum crying. You understand me? And I'm not going to tell who she is, because I let her figure it out herself. But let her tell it herself since she wants to tell you. She was bawling her eyes out because she was at that club for years. And now her life, her routine just got upended. That is a reality for a lot of people, right? It happens. And this shit is not all sunshine and rainbows. It's not. And I try to tell y'all, and that's why I do these, because it's like we need to come to understanding that it's like a regular job, like everything else. There's trials and tribulations. There's things of that go on, and it needs to be addressed. And not everybody, not every dancer, not every girl is fit for these. A lot of these girls is like, oh, I can't wait till I'm 18, can't wait till I'm 21. They bullshitting. I'm sorry. A lot of y'all, I'm telling you what they see all the time. They always see it. They see the girls that over here with the money. They're doing this. They see the money falling down. Now, all they see is money falling down. And they think that's it. They don't see the girl that's out here on the pole doing pole tricks, that she's out there dancing. Like, they don't see that shit. They don't see the fact that you got to put in work. And I hate it to a degree. That's why I hate lazy dancers. I really do. Because I just like, look, y'all don't understand. And you said the key thing, Blasia. It's slow right now for a lot of clubs, right? And a lot of girls don't know how to work when it's slow. They don't know how to be creative when it's slow. When it's slow like this, you have to be creative. You got to work on get your customers, the ones that you do talk to, build up that rapport with them. You know what I'm saying? Work on other things that can help you get customers in. Like, you have to be able to. You're an independent contractor. You have to be able to get money to come in. It's not just you're relying on the clubs. A lot of these girls, they just rely on these clubs. They go to, oh, I'm going to Magic City. I'm going to Blue Flame. Baby, them girls are already established. These clubs in Houston, they're already established. They don't need you. They will, matter of fact, if you don't do what they want you to do in 2 seconds, some of them are looking for reasons to let you go. Especially, and I hate saying this, I hate it with a passion because it's not completely true. But because it's Black History Month, I gotta say it. Because we're Black, a lot of Black girls, they will not hire. Okay, they're looking for reasons. Okay, that is partially true. Stop me when I'm wrong, Blasia.
You know what sucks too?
Go ahead.
About it. Like, a lot of people that come into the club that are not from San Antonio or whatever,
yeah,
they are looking for the Black girls.
Yeah,
and it's a treat for me. It's a definite benefit for me, because I'm just like, well, I'm one of them here. But yeah, no lie. Like, when something's very oversaturated and there's like competition, they're really just like, no. No,
Yeah.
like, I guess we're gonna give you a fair chance because we don't want no discrimination upon us. But like,
yeah.
no, they'll look for a reason. That just goes in your real life too. Honestly,
Yeah.
that goes in real life. They're looking to fire us for no fucking reason.
You know what? I don't. Outside of the clubs, I kind of disagree with it in a lot of cases. But in a lot of cases, I don't think it's completely true. But like I said, once again, it's It's definitely case by case basis, but you can tell it. You can tell when you know when it's a problem. Like I ain't gonna lie, one club I worked at, the club that I worked at before, right, Scarlett's, bro. I felt like it was that way, and it's rare that I feel that way. When they let me go, I felt like it was because I was black, and they thought that I was just gonna play nothing but rap all day. And it was like, yo, I was playing what the customers wanted. That's what they wanted to hear. That's what got them spending more money. Just because you didn't like it, or as a, you know, you were an old white guy, you didn't like it. I just like, look, sometimes at some point you just gotta let shit go, right? Let shit work. I understand you want to have a certain uh uh idea. You want people to think a certain way about your club. Sometimes people are going to think what they want to think regardless. That is so many people like that are trying to control their brand or control their image or whatever the fuck. That's fine. Okay, you can control whatever you think you can control, but there are some people that still gonna think that, you know, no matter how much you control, that just Blasia is a bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just using that as an example. So some people,
No, it's fine. It's fine.
some
You're
probably
right.
some people gonna be thinking, man, just Blasia's a fucking man. She a little ethot, dog. Like I don't care. Like, man, she over here
All
ethot
his
it up. I bet
people.
she's just out here thought it up. I don't even like. Man, I don't know why, but you know, I'll buy. You know, I guess I'll buy all of her sets. I guess, but she's still an ethot. But you know, I'll buy her sets. Why not? You know, she cute. I'll jack off to her pictures or whatever. You know, if I was her boyfriend, I wouldn't let her do that shit. You know, she'd be under my watching. If she was under my watching care, like people say some stupid ass shit. I'm sorry, I couldn't even.
That's exactly why I'm glad I never crossed paths with you or gave like a time of day. Because no,
Right,
I don't
right,
do that.
right. That's not me. I'm telling you that right now. I'm using
No,
that
I
as
get
an.
it.
I'm like, niggas be
It's funny.
sitting. I be sitting there just watching people. I'm like, y'all stupid. Like, so why are you watching her? Like, I can't. Well, I don't know why she does. I don't know why these girls do this stuff, and it's so degrading. It's so demeaning. And I'm like,
It's like
bitch.
you fuckers keep paying for it.
Like, no, and it'd be females that be saying this shit. They'd be like, females be like,
Okay, well,
I don't know why these girls do this because it's so degrading. I don't have to do that. And I don't need to do that to get no attention from my man. Baby, you got to do that shit for free, okay?
true that, right?
Okay, you do that shit for free and people still
The flattery.
maybe you fuck. Matter of fact, if anything, baby, you fucking the game up. Like, get out the way. You know what I'm saying? Give me money. I want Blasia. I don't want you.
I mean, they're out here literally like, yeah, they'll criticize us, and it's just like, you're entertaining some weak ass motherfucker for like free, bitch. I got
Right.
money involved in this, and it's like, well, my man this, my man that, but you're complaining about your man and just not having enough attention or whatever. You're not getting what you want. And it's just like,
Your man is coming to
well,
me. So have you ever had that? Have you ever had that? I gotta know. Have you ever had that? Have you ever had like a guy that was like in a relationship or whatever, and then but he's giving you all his attention, he you know he enjoys you that much? Have you ever had that happen, or to some degree?
um, uh, see, here's a stupid principle that I go by. I actually don't dance on married men or soon to be married men. It's so stupid of mine. But
No. That's
aside
but you
from
know what? That's a good principle for you. You know what? Keep that. If that's your principle, real shit, real shit.
think,
Keep it.
so if I had to think about it, because I try not to get to know people in there for too much, like, because I don't want to know, because then obviously I lose out on money once I find out, like, oh man, you're in here trying to date me or something like that. You have a partner. I'm like, oh, get out of here. You disgust me. Now I don't want to dance with you. But I think I have met a man, or maybe I have a customer, I should say. And respectfully, like I know he has a partner. But he does have a partner, and he does kind of like it's one of those don't what is it? Don't ask, don't tell situations. So
Mm,
he's like she's aware of him coming to the club,
yeah.
but she's not aware why for what particular reason, and it's he likes the ideal of a promiscuous girlfriend,
Mm.
so he likes to treat me as if I'm his girlfriend, but
It's
one of
in there.
those maybe a is it maybe like a cuckold kind of situation? I don't, not a cuckold, maybe
No,
it's
it's
just
not. It's
like
not cuckold
that.
because cuckold
Okay.
Cuckold would be him and his girl, for example, him watching his girlfriend fuck somebody else.
Okay,
That's what cuckolds
yeah,
are.
no. Okay, good. I hate that shit.
It would be what he would
Yeah,
be
no,
doing.
no.
I'm trying to think what his situation would be basically, but he's like, so basically, I don't know what to call it, but what the term for it is right now. Maybe Chat can help me with it later. But yeah, no, I know what it is, but that's weird. I don't know. Like I said, I'm single as fuck, so I mean, like I said, I shoot my shot just to see what happens, but if it had, I'd shoot my shot, but nobody, the ball, it'll brick and come back, and my ball will be deflated. So I'm like, all right, bro, fuck y'all. I'm like, fuck it, I'm good. I don't know. Like when it comes to stuff like that, like people have different reasons for coming to the club, and I've always said that. Like I have no issue with that, and I get it. It's really depending on how you handle your shit. If you can do that and handle your shit and be okay with it, then that's your business. Like if you got, like, say for example, I got a girlfriend and I'm coming there spending money, my girl cool with it. My girl knows I'm spending money, and hey, my bills are taken care of. Everything's straight, everything good at home, we good. Hey, I'm going out, spending some money. I'm good, And as long as it doesn't go past a certain boundary or respect each other's boundaries, cool, we good. If that boundary is established. But I think a lot of times there's so much jealousy, that hidden jealousy. There's too much. Oh well, you better not go to the strip club. I'm like, well, why not? Why he can't go? But you out here going to girls' night with your homegirls, dancing on other dudes. You know what I'm saying? Dancing on other dudes. Well, I'm coming back home. It doesn't matter. It's the same shit. You get mad when a guy is out here going to the strip clubs or going out dancing with his boys, going dancing on other girls, or there's potentially other girls there to dance on, which, whatever, you're mad at that potential, or in the strip clubs, but then you're out here doing that same thing. Or worse, you're going girl strip, you out here letting some random dude, fuck you, and then 9 months later, you got a baby on the way type shit, on some Jerry Springer type shit. We seen that shit happen. We grew up on Jerry Springer. We know what happens, okay? We done seen the shit. And I hate it, and I think honestly, there has to be a degree of being honest with yourself. First off, honesty with yourself, right? What are you doing this for, right? Do you want the attention? Are you able to handle this level of shit, right? Are you able to handle this? Can you handle guys sitting up there wanting to fuck you? Guys are over here talking shit because they can't fuck you. Okay, guys that are sitting up here being petty, guys that were spending money on you, now they don't spend money on you. It happens. Okay, it's part of the game. Like, can you handle that? And are you okay with guys? That sometimes it does get draining. You're right. Sometimes it's slow as shit, and and you got guys. Everybody's trying to fuck you from the customer to the manager and everybody in between. Even some of your dancer friends are trying to fuck you. Your face. To laugh. Sorry. You got some of the best faces. It'd be funny. But stuff like that. You know it's true, because you got girls in there that be sitting there liking girls. All of a sudden they get a couple of drinks in them, and all of a sudden they like girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want to get a little extra handsy, and they think that's because they're a dancer that they can. Hey, the customer. Hey, when the customers be on it, it'd be cool when the customers be paying, but So how do you feel about that? Like, how, like if a guy comes to you, say I'm a customer, right? Okay, and I'm like, hey, I want you to dance with this other dancer right here, dog. Can y'all dance together for me? I got the money's there. The money's guaranteed. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Money's guaranteed. That's the money's guaranteed. So I'm like, can you, Blasia, please, baby?
Man, I'm not against it. As you can see, I usually don't have a poker face.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I would try my best to like dance in a way that no one could see me make a face. But the money's there. I personally, like, I don't mind girls, but like the fact that they usually want us to touch up on each other and shit like that kind of is just maybe that's because I'm just like, maybe it's just because of like I'm just straight and I don't think, or
Yeah.
I'm just
No,
I don't
that's
know.
fair.
Like
No, it's fair. It's fair. I get you.
I don't know how
I
to
can
explain
just
it to
see
you.
you
I was
dancing.
gonna say I don't know how to say it. Like I don't want to say like I don't like people touching me, but it's just a mood thing. But like when they're like, oh, you guys need to touch up on each other, I'm just like, like I don't want her touching me. Like I don't roll that way. So don't touch me like that. Kind of. Yeah, no, it makes me uncomfortable. But the money's there. And since
Yeah.
dancers are technically actors, I'm gonna have to act like, oh yeah, without being cringy in a sense. Like, mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm,
I could just see
mm-hmm.
your face and just like you about to pat like if she gets real close to like touching your titty, you be like, yeah, exactly. That face right there.
I do that next. I do. I can't help it. I do that. Like if she rubs on my tits and I'm just it's like, oh, please don't touch me. Please. I don't roll that way. I don't know if you're enjoying this, but it's like, ugh. There's certain aspects I can't act past. I won't. And I'm like, you know what? Is it worth it? Sometimes you would literally have to think about your mentality and you're just like,
Is it
was
worth
this
it?
worth it?
No, is it not? No,
Sometimes
like I'll tell
it's
you
not, and
though.
you'll know it.
Exactly.
You'll
Agreed.
learn. You'll
Agreed.
learn at some point. Like you'll come back like you tried it, and then if somebody approaches you with that same like offer, you're just like, it's not worth
Mm-mm.
it. It's
Mm-mm.
not worth it because I'm gonna lose my shit if something happens.
We can't do it. I can't. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh man, that should be having me fucking dead, bro. I'm like, I could tell it too. Like, I've gotten to the point where I've gotten used to it too when girls be trying to be extra for me, right? And I could tell it too. I'd be like, look, baby, don't lie. Please don't fake it, okay? I just met you 2 seconds ago, and you over here already try. Don't stop, okay? Stop, please. Like that you're gonna kill the mood for me, okay? I'm not gonna give you any more money. Like I'm good. I'll just go to Blasia. At least Blasia will be honest with me, okay? Okay. At least Blasia. Yo, people are weird. It's funny how that goes. But let me see this. We're gonna go to this here. We're gonna share screens. Can you? Oh wow. Okay. We're not doing that. Why is it? There we go. All right. Can you see the screen? Can you see the screen?
Let me see. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
This one, I wanted to share this video. It's probably going to be muted because what's going to get me is the copyright for the music. That's going to get me. It's not the dancing. That's the crazy part. I thought the dancing was going to be the issue, but no, it's not the dancing. It's the music that's going to get you with the copyright. So we're going to look at this. This is a dancer by the name of, I follow her on Instagram. Her name is Kenny Deary. She's a cutie. I'm not gonna lie to you. She's hot. I you know, as a guy, I'm gonna be honest with you. She's hot as fuck. She's hot. But yeah. So I don't like this view. I will say that they need to have a better angle. But can you see that? Is it working pretty good for you? Okay, cool. Yeah, she's far with this. But yeah, like, have you ever thought about doing videos like this? Like, she's good.
You mean like just recording
Yeah.
like pole dancing?
Yeah, pole dancer. Yeah.
Not entirely. I mean, like I've only done it before a couple times, just showing like how I practice on it at
Yeah.
studios, but
Yeah.
not essentially. No,
She doesn't.
nah. Just
Would you tip her if you was a
like
customer in the club and you saw her? Would you tip her? Would you?
that's a little hard to say.
To be honest, this is be straight up.
I am thinking. I'm thinking. Because just like a customer's aspect, like from their mindset, why do they really go up to tip girls on stage? Tip them because they're pretty, or is it because of the pole tricks and all that stuff?
or both. For me, it's a
Um,
matter of both. At this point, I would, because she's what I would consider a pole monster, right? So I have like a little classification for girls, right? She's really good at pole tricks. She's really good, like, and I've noticed this with a lot of skinnier girls. They tend to be better at pole tricks, right? Like that's fucking crazy. She's good. She's good. Really good at what she does. Really good at what she does. Like that right there. Yeah, that's money. That's easy money.
I would tip her for tricks, but there is no but. I would tip her just for all the crazy tricks. Like, yeah, if I was like, babe, give me your money, I want to tip her because she's doing pole tricks, then yes.
Yeah, I like that. Like she's hot. Like honestly, I like the fact
I
that
like I like people who do pole tricks, honestly. Like the girls, the pole princess, I like them.
Yeah,
I like them.
pole
I might
princesses. I call them pole monsters because especially like there's levels to that. Pole princesses, pole monsters. Like the pole monsters are the ones that'll do like they in there like they hit the pole tricks like right there. You know what I'm saying? But she's
like
really
spice.
Yeah, like precise. And I'm talking about like hold on, let me see. Let's do pole performance.
No, I meant like Spice, like the dancer that we used to have. She used to work at Sugar.
Yeah.
She works at the palace now, but I mean, anyone seen her doing her gymnastics, backflips, and just like
Right.
the flips and shit, and how she goes crazy on the pole. Then yeah, no
Like
wonder she makes money every time.
Let me see. Let's see. Let's go stripper performances. Performance. Let's see what performances we can get here. We got what is this one? I'm trying to see if I can like hover over it. Will it let me? Okay, it won't let me do it. I seen this one last week, but this is the last episode. So so this one right here. Boom. Now, what do you think what city do you think she's from? Or this club is at? Like,
But I gotta keep watching her.
hey, I put money on that right there.
Georgia.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, she definitely moved. If she's not Georgia, if she's Texas, she has to be Houston or Dallas. She has to be Houston or like I want to say more so Houston. I think
Houston then.
I want to say if she is, yeah, but I definitely want to think Georgia. But like that's definitely she's very aggressive when it comes out on pole shit. Like that's
so me in particular. I love the girls who has a flow to their pole tricks. Like yes, I do like tricks in general, but I love how smooth and very flowy their transitions are. So I'm more impressed with the ones who make it look so delicate and so easy, and that's not fucking easy. That's not straight in all sense. I like the delicate ones.
Right. So this one is more. She's more. Like I said, she's more aggressive when she moves to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I know rappers will love that. Like a lot of rappers, I know a couple of rappers that will probably be like, "Oh my god, she's amazing." I like this. Don't get me wrong. I like it, and I wouldn't mind it. I would have to be in the mood for that for her aggression, if that makes sense. You get what I mean? Like I would have to be in the mood for that. Like I would have to sit up here and be like, okay, yeah, I'm ready for her. Like I want her. Oh, here's one. This is a J-Lo's strip club performance from Hustlers. From Hustlers. I have not seen Hustlers because I'm not a fan of the
movie.
Not a fan of the movie. I think they do too much with trying to make a statement, if you will, towards men, like trying to make men seem to be like this bad. Like, oh well, we're trying to, whatchamacallit, scam men out of money type shit. All right, I just want to see the performance. Some girls are
actually like that. This was based on a true story.
Yeah, there are some girls that are like that, but and those girls don't last long in clubs. I'm trying to find a spot where she actually is performing. I need the actual performance.
What she actually does. I don't remember.
Okay, here it goes. Here it goes. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's cute. She didn't even do nothing. She getting money, though. Like that's kind of okay.
I mean,
that was good. That's good.
At that point, they're tipping because of the body. They're tipping for the body and her beauty and stuff like that. I mean,
yeah, true. I'm thinking in my head like what I would do. Like I would be waiting until I would wait until she would be doing a little bit more. But like I think the reason why guys were tipping because the way she set that up, her stage presence right there. That's what it was. But she's basic as hell. That's basic.
But before I say anything, I have to go get my charger.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Okay, there she goes. She got a nice little upside down pole trick right there. Okay. All right. All right. All right.
Surprisingly,
Surprisingly.
knowing, not surprisingly, but I mean, as someone like, working in the clubs, you would know as
Yeah.
well. Um,
See this.
Sometimes it doesn't take much for them to throw money.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I do know that. Yeah. So this right here is what I like right here. So I will give her points for this, right? Where she goes to the guys and like plays with them, right? Like I like shit like that. I don't see a lot of that. Like where girls will sit up here and go to the guy on stage and that's coming up on stage and kind of like play with him and kind of like get him involved because I think that right there is what gets the guys wanting to spend money. You know what I'm saying? That gets them even more wanting, to spend money. Like, oh, she interacts with me. Okay, I got you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's actually not a bad performance. So that's pretty good though. I like it though.
Unfortunately, in the club that I work at,
Yeah,
pole princess don't get as much attention. Like I've literally seen girls do the bare minimum, and
get
it just
money.
depends on the people who's in there
Yeah,
and the people they know, and they get money. And it's just like everybody else put on a good performance, and they don't get shit. So
yeah. That's unfortunate. That's the part that pisses me off. I'm like, dude, like this girl's actually putting in work. She's upside down in the pole, doing all of this shit, and she doesn't. She doesn't get like she barely gets any money, and it's like I kind of hate that. That's the part that I hate. It's backwards. It's kind of backwards. And then you got the girl that barely twerks on the pole and like does that one little thing where she puts her shoes on the base of the pole and spins around on it.
spins, yeah.
Yeah, that little act that looks like she's about to fuck the shit up. You know, uh, shout out to Read Out Zero. He's you degenerate. You can't like the reverse of working the strip. Tell them he's messing around. I was like, man, fuck them. Fuck those little idiots that think that shit. They think that because I like a certain somebody that I can't work at the strip club and we can't do that. Fuck them. What up, Read Out Zero? How you doing? I hope you're doing well. But yeah, I think it's stupid. Like I will say that. Like some of the girl, like, it's very weird in a lot of cases. It's like sometimes you could do this stuff and you could do all of this stripper stuff and you don't get anything, right? And sometimes you could do the bare minimum and you get everything. And it's weird. It's about a balance. To me, it's like it's knowing where you're at and knowing how to do it. Because if you're in a club too, that also too depends on the club or where you're at. Because if you got girls that don't do shit, right, or that don't do anything, um sometimes having that look like you're about to fuck it up or having some skills may be a benefit, you know what I'm saying, sometimes, and then again too, some of the girls that don't do shit, they may not be able to do shit on stage, but they definitely know how to give that personal experience, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I don't I you know what, I don't judge people that do that shit if that's what you do, right? Because it's gonna happen, right? It's gonna happen, and I tell this to dancers anyway, right? It's gonna happen. Some guy is gonna ask, and I honestly believe in some cases that if a guy isn't asking, you're not doing your job right. If the thought hasn't came across the guy's mind at least once, or if the guy hasn't at least, felt uncomfortable, like Blasia can, how much for like, even if it's just, a guy that, even if it's a guy, especially if it's a guy that doesn't ask for that, like to me, it should be a badge of honor if it comes out like that, like like I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, I'm doing a little too much. Hey, like the guy is like, kind of crossing, like it's like a badge of honor. I know that sounds weird, you know what I'm saying, but like I that's what I think. If you're not pushing that boundary to a degree, it's not like you're not doing that good of a job. You know what I'm saying? Even the guy that's the most composed, you know what I'm saying? It's something to say about a guy that's like the most composed, and then you got him to come in his pants. Like that's fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's a thing. Like it's not. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking about it a little bit weird, but I think it's if it's the thought hasn't come across at least once, I feel like you're not doing your job right. You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't know. How do you feel about that? What's on your mind about that?
I mean, no, yeah, you're right. Like, because obviously when you give a dance to a guy after, like maybe a few minutes of conversating and here and there, once you give a dance to a guy, if he's asking for more, there's like that hint right there, like, oh, he really likes this, might likes
Yeah,
me, or he likes the way I dance. Then of course, they're gonna push for more dances, and then they push
yeah,
for the VIP in hopes to get a little bit extra out of
yeah.
you. Like there's been times where like all it takes is one dance, and they're like,
Yep.
well, can I get VIP, and what can I get out of VIP?
Yeah,
Can I
yeah,
get this from you? So yeah, it is pretty much like it's like a stroke of your ego. It's like, oh, okay,
yeah,
so I'm
yeah,
good enough for you to take to the VIP. Great, because some guys it's just like one dance and that's it. Like
yeah.
they're fine that you're not worth spending more money on. So it's like,
Right, that's what they feel like. Yeah, and it's a weird. Like I said, this whole job thing is it's fun. It's fun and it's weird at the same time because like a lot of y'all, like a lot of people, and that's why I like doing these because it brings light to people that would never will understand that you're human too. Like I do this because like, and I like doing working with you because you you do a really good job of embodying that the fact that the human aspect and that you're able to communicate and conversate about this because there's a lot of people that do this and they want to keep it on a hush and I'm like baby somebody's gonna find out you might as well own it, just own it, okay, even if it is temporary, so the fuck what, it's temporary, okay, let it be that, enjoy yourself while you're here and get better, learn while you're here. And that's the part that I hate is like girls that don't learn anything. They just go with the flow, or even worse, the girls that get their vices, right? That develop they already had these vices in them. They take a turn for the worse. You see what I'm saying? Like the girls that they become alcoholics, you know what I'm saying? Or they become, addicted to cigarettes. They smoke, or they become chain smokers. They were already doing cigarettes beforehand, but they just become chain smokers now because, oh, I got to do something to deal with this stress. And it's like, you don't have to go that way. You know what I'm saying? Or they become like, addicted to, they get, pimped out, you know what I'm saying? Or they get pimped out, pimped out in the wrong way. They get pimped out and they're not, they get taken advantage of and they get left for dust. You know what I'm saying? And any girl that
right,
I work with, especially when I'm doing with Dynasty Diamonds that I'm building, is that I don't ever want to get to that point where I'm throwing you away like that. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be able, if
right,
you do walk away from this, I want you to be able to walk away with some experience. Like, even if it's just as simple as, hey, I got your portfolio set up. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to be able to at least put something out there. So like, hey, if you get a call for a modeling gig, oh, I need a portfolio, I can help you set that up. Let's set up. Okay, let's set you up a portfolio. Portfolio's already set. Boom, 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 boom. Here's the measurements of what you need. I'll have that set already. Like I'm already working on that idea as we speak to get girls set up with a portfolio. Okay, here's your name, your alias, age, your measurements, a few pictures, basic and regular attire, and then dancer attire. Okay, cool. Let's put this out there. You know what I'm saying? It'll be on file. So if you ever need it, or if you ever decide to go the modeling route, here's a portfolio for you. Okay. If you need to take more classy pictures, I can set that up. Let's do headshots. I'm personally, and I'm talking about personally for me, I don't ever want to take advantage in a negative connotation. It's never that. Like, don't get me wrong. Yes, yeah, you're a gorgeous girl. You're hot. Yeah, yes. Okay, yes. The thought has crossed my mind. Yes, okay. let's be fucking for real. We're adults here, okay? The thought has crossed my mind. Yes. However, what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to allow that to dictate how I run my shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be like, Blaze, get on this casting couch or else we're not working. You know what I'm saying?
right.
It's never going to be that. And if it like, it's not going to be that intentionally. If I do something if I'm too much, tell me, let me know. And I've told you that specifically, publicly. And when I met you at your place of work, and now I'm telling you that now up front. If I ever say something, that comes off as disrespectful to you, or you're not understanding where I'm coming from, tell me. I'll break it down for you. Or if it's just rude to you, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I got you. My bad. I'm sorry. That's not what I meant. This is what I meant by it. You know what I'm saying? I'll do better next time. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a part of the human experience. And I hate when, once again, people do this as that dehumanize you. And I hate when people dehumanize strippers and entertainers, e-girls, whatever route you take. I hate that people dehumanize you because of this. You know what I'm saying? And it's not right. It's not right.
Right.
It's never right. It's never fair. And anybody who does it, I don't care. And y'all hearing me this right now. Anybody who does that shit, you fucking foul. Okay? You shrimp dick motherfucker, you. Okay? And I'm not just saying that because there's a woman here. I'm saying it because that's facts. Because y'all niggas ain't y'all ain't shit. Y'all the same ones that will talk shit about Blasia. Y'all talk shit about me. Oh, well, you're just trying to butter up to these girls, or you're just trying to fuck them. No, I'm not. Matter of fact, I'd rather not. Okay, and it's not to be rude. It's just that, hey, look, if it's not that type of party for me. Now, don't get me wrong. If it happens, it happens. I'm not gonna sit up here and kiss and tell neither. You feel me? But at the end of the fucking day, it's a respect thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a respect thing. It's totally a respect thing. So I'm over here. I wanted to talk about that. Like, so I want to ask a question, right? I want to ask a question. I'm pulling up your shit. You can still see my screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. You was watching. You was looking at the whole time. You was over here watching, huh? You was over here. Why is he looking at my shit? What is he doing? Why is he looking at my shit?
I mean,
is it like okay? So do you have that same thing when people like? Is it the same? Do you ever have that thing like where like so as a producer, right? Or like when I listen to myself like on videos or like editing videos or music, you like some producers will cringe when they hear themselves, right? When they hear themselves back.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Do you do that like when you look at yourself in like videos, like or videos or in pictures?
Not exactly pictures. Definitely in certain types of videos, and I there's a point where I get custom requests, and I'm just like, oh, this is a speaking thing. I fucking hate this, and I'm like, okay, well, they're not going to get an edited version of this because I'm not going to sit here and listen to myself speak in a manner that's not myself.
Right, fair enough. You just gonna have to deal with all of Blasia. I'll take it. I got a custom order coming in the way, by the way, guys. I'll just let. I might. I just might. You never know. I'm gonna have to give me the uwu voice. No uwus.
Yeah, that I wouldn't know how it comes out. Just like give it to get.
I just wanted to see the face that you give. I just wanted to see the face that you give me when you did it. I like picking on Blasia, y'all. It's fun. But so this outfit, I'm not gonna lie, this outfit kind of hot, dog. Can you do that one for me? I like this one. Hold on, dog. Hold on, pimp. Hold on, dog. So was this the one that you were like? Because I think I saw this on TikTok where you were like, you were planning on doing like a maid stream for somebody, and then somebody came in and just gave like 3 times the, was it 3 times the amount for the goal? So when shit like that happens, right? Do you ever set those goals and be like, you know, hey, ain't nobody gonna hit it, ain't nobody gonna, nobody's gonna. Do you ever do that? Like set a goal and you be like, nobody's gonna hit it, and then when it hits, it's like, fuck.
Well, I do set goals where it's achievable. So like I know I'm going to end up doing it regardless. It's like, oh, well, there's a 50-50 chance I'll hit it and maybe I won't.
Yeah.
The whole 3 times thing was just because my mod said, well, they donated 3 times the amount of subs. So you're going to have to do this 3 times for days. And that's when I was just like, that seems fair, but no, I was not expecting that. Like, it never occurred to me in my mind, like, oh, if somebody actually pushes the goal way more, they donate, like, overkilled it.
Yeah.
Like, it never crosses my mind that I had to do extra. I'm just sitting here like, oh, fuck. What did I get myself into?
Yeah, that's that Blasia. Yeah, that's a Blasia, I know. Well, fuck, like
so I'm positive I will reach my goals. They're like, oh, okay, it may happen. Well, if I do it, then that's not too bad. But it's one of those, yeah, you're gonna have to do more than that. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, I was only planning on doing this once. I was only planning on doing this once, but damn, now I got to do this 3 times, and I know it. But I like this. I like this fit on you though. I like this. I think. Do you have a full
Thank you.
the front? Okay, so what is that like a? What is that? It's like a one piece leotard, something like that. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, it's like a one piece leotard actually.
Okay, so it's a one piece long sleeve with the covering the titties and stuff like that, and then the white, was the white added on by you, or is it part of
no? So it came in that whole outfit. Like the accessories was the cross bandeau top, and then the apron and the headband. Yeah,
okay,
those were accessories that came with the entire outfit. Yeah.
Oh, okay, nice. So I think this is actually one of your better. I like this outside of your cosplay shoots. I think this is one of your good ones. I like this one. I know
That's what everyone is saying.
I like this one. Hope there's another one that I like. Oh, I know you're probably waiting to get that one. If you do that one, that's a wrap. You do that one. You do that one. That's it. That's it. I'm not saying I'm gonna do anything. I'm just saying it's a wrap. What? Okay, so this one was different. This is different. So how did you? So this was something that you came up with, right? This is your idea, or somebody else came up with that?
No.
You just
No, it's actually cosplay.
Actual cosplay? Okay, I thought you came up with that idea.
Yes.
So
no, it's actual cosplay.
Did the outfit come like that? You want to know what's weird? Is that the piercing right there? I kind of like, that was the thing, that one of the first things I noticed when I saw that. So I was like, yo, is that the? I'm like, that's weird. Like, that was weird to me. I don't know why. I don't ask. I just, that was something I'm like, is that part of the outfit or?
No.
Okay, say less.
Get asked that a lot.
I'm sorry.
And I had to repeatedly say, like, no, that's actually my nipple. I tend to forget to put pasties on sometimes, but also because like they're I guess they're sensitive, but not in the sense of like, oh, I get turned on easily sensitive. It's they're just fucking sensitive with the cloth or anything that I put on, that they get fucking hard and it pisses me off. So like anything I wear, like this top, I'm not horny or anything, but like as soon as I put it on, the nipples were sticking out. I'm not even cold or nothing. I'm sitting here like,
right, you just a face, just a regular face, just a regular face, and then you would just like, and it's just like, bing.
Yep, like, pretty much. I hate it all.
Because I saw that, like when I saw the picture, I was like, okay, this is a nice cosplay. I'm like, well, wait a minute. I'm like, does she know? I'm like, did you see that like an after the post? Like, was it one of those like?
I did. I ended up like editing that part out for on Facebook, but then when I went to upload it on Instagram, I was like, oh my god, I uploaded the wrong fucking image. And by the time I had noticed, it was already seen by some people and it was getting some likes and stuff like that. And I was like, oh shit, now I can't change it. So sometimes when I make mistakes like that, I don't delete posts and I don't even bother. But yeah, if you see it on like a cosplay page, like my cosplay page on Facebook, then you'll see that I actually edit that out.
Okay, I got you. And she does art too, guys. She does art too, by the way. She draws like, and she does pretty well. I like this pic for obvious reasons. Yeah, I'm a ass guy. You know this. I'm an ass man. So but I like this outfit though. Like, is there one? Do you have one with the actual full outfit? Do you, by chance? Like the front full outfit. I thought I saw it. I'm gonna have to hide one because I'm switching here. Give me a second. Okay, I know you. Oh, let's go. I'm looking for it. Oh, is that the AI thing? You do the AI Barbie thing?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm like, yeah, I know I have it on there. It just depends on the platform. I could have sworn I thought I put it on.
This is Twitter.
Put it on Twitter.
I'm looking on Twitter. I'm probably should look on Instagram because it has all your links and stuff in your stuff.
Well, shit, if it's not on Twitter, then that's a problem because it's one of the ones I like. I can't believe it's not on Twitter if I don't have it on there.
Well, you can always fix it. Oh, look at you! You did the whole.
Of course, I'll upload it, but I didn't know that. So I'm just like, oh, cool. Okay. I like that one.
Oh, this one's one of my favorites too. This was one of my favorites. This one right here.
Interesting.
This is one of my favorites. This is I know it's an older look. This is actually one of my favorite pictures though. It's the angle plus the part of the look.
Yeah, now I gotta check my Twitter because I thought it should be on
Uh-oh. See, and I got you. I got her thinking about a Twitter now. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome, Blasia. I got you, dog. I be looking out for my peoples, dog. Be looking out. But I like this. This is the angle. It's the angle plus the look. So that the parted look thing, like the parted lips look, plus the this right here, plus the partial one eye look. Yeah, that's a wrap. That's a whole wrap. That's it. That'll do it. That'll do it right there. If you show up with this, that's a wrap, dog. You gonna get me in trouble. She trying to get me in trouble though.
Well,
I like this.
you know, I will say on Twitter, I guess I would post like the more provocative stuff. So I'm very shocked that I didn't post that on there, unless it was deleted or something like that.
Where's the one with the jade one? That's the one I was looking for. The jade one. There's certain ones I gotta be careful because I'm switching scenes because I ain't trying to get hit.
Yeah.
With it, I ain't trying to get hit. You feel me? Look at you over here. Look at you over here thotting it up. I see you. I see you, girl. I see you. Let me see. Big pump tonight. Hey. I need to get like that. I need to do that. Start working out a little bit more. I need to find the J cosplay one. I'm trying to find that one. That's the one I'm trying to look for. But I like these, man. Like you definitely. Oh, there it is. Haha. I found it. I found it. I found it, guys. We did it, guys. Jade one. That's not bad. I like it. It looks a little bit. Is it this one? Okay, never mind. I could be wrong. I like this one. This is the one. Oh, you remember that AI art thing I did of you a while back? Remember that one? Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was based off your Jade cosplay, but I saw Jade and I was like, ooh, I gotta do it. I say she did it. I was like, she started it. I'm just gonna finish it. But yeah, I like that. I'm gonna do more of those. I'm gonna do more of those the AI ones because I thought those were fun. But yeah, this is good stuff, man. Y'all definitely need to go check her out for real. Appreciate having this talk with you. I don't want to hold you up. I know you got other things you got to do. But any last remarks? Anything you wanna say to the good people that are watching this, that'll be watching this live, or that's watching this live or archived, by the way? Anything you want to say?
Yeah, go follow my Twitch, just Blasia. Watch me scream my head off as I play games.
Oh, I saw her screaming the other day. I came in, I rated. She was screaming because she one of the big pals that you were trying to get, you ended up killing by accident. I was funny.
I'm just thinking about it, like, God damn it, yeah. But yeah, no, follow me on Twitch. I prefer to be more entertaining in this sense because LG can keep going with the Strip Club Chronicles, but my ass is planning to retire very soon.
That's fine. Hey, I'm gonna get the retirees too. You still gonna come back after when it's retired? I'm like, hey, so you're retired now. What happened? We gotta come through with the tea. But this is, like I said, this is only just one aspect of my channel, y'all. Like I just do this, like I said, I want to get more people involved that do this, that do or have done this to some degree, and I want to get people to show people that like this is just real people. This isn't no fake got it at the mall bullshit, no, or oh no ooh woo boo shit. Like this ain't no, oh well, the man's got to make $500,000 a year type bullshit. I'm not on no whatever podcast bullshit. Even if I was on that level, I wouldn't. I think honestly, those girls I'd be less likely to have on my show. Because I'd be cussing them out in 2 seconds. I cuss them out. It'd be, I'm like, bitch, shut your stupid ass the fuck up. Because ain't no way, no man even a man that's making $500K is not gonna want your stupid ass. Like he's not, okay? Because I guarantee you, the one that's making the type of money, if he does go that route with talking with entertainers and dancers, he's going to want somebody that's going to appease him. And these are people that I think the people in those podcasts don't know how to deal with those type of men anyway. They never dealt with those type of people, like people that are well-to-do or making money. You know what I'm saying? More often than not, they're going to want to be discreet. They're going to want to chill out. They're not going to want to worry about, is my money being stolen? You know what I'm saying? Although it is just for the most part transactional, they're gonna want to make sure it's worth it for them. They want to make sure they're getting the full experience. You know what I'm saying? And just whatever they feel that they're that they want to pay for, whatever they want to pay for, whatever that you're willing to work with as an entertainer. And yes, like I said, Blasia is more than just a big titty E-girl, like in stripper and all that stuff. She's more than that. She's more than her. Like y'all, you see this? You see her? You see her? Do y'all see this? She is a beautiful young lady with ambitions, goals, and dreams. Okay, and she's hot as hell. Okay, and just the hot just happens to be the icing on the cake. Okay, y'all see hot girl. I see a girl with a full potential life ahead of her, doing things and enjoying herself, and making y'all idiots look stupid. And I love it. You love to see it. Thank you, Blasia, for coming on. I appreciate you. Y'all go follow her at everything. Just Blasia on everything, right? I got that right?
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
cool. Because I think at one point you had Blasian Doll at one point, and I think you changed it because I guess a lot of people had that name or whatever. So it's just Blasia. I will be tagging her in this. Okay, she will be tagged. All right, she's gonna be tagged in this. Share it whenever you can. I'm gonna try to sit down and make clips of this when I get a chance. But thank you so much once again, Blasia. I'll be coming through and showing support when I can. You know, I always try to come through Twitch when you be streaming. She be streaming on the late night too. You know, when I get off of work, it should be sometimes streaming and shit. You know, but yelling at the screen at 2:00 in the morning. If y'all want to see that shit, and she be yelling, bro. And she be yelling, and I got the headphones on low because I be having it low just because I be sitting there looking, and then all of a sudden I hear screaming out of nowhere, and I have to switch to see what tab it is. I have like 5 tabs open. I'm like, which tab is it? Wait, why is it screaming? What's going on? And I'm like, yeah, but yeah, y'all go follow her on everything. Just Blasia. She also does y'all go check her out. She also Cash App as well, right? That's Cash App, right? That's it, right?
Yeah, look, yeah.
Yeah. No, okay. I could tell by the.
No, I mean, yeah, that's my Cash App, but I only, I use it for work, or I use it for Twitter for like people who wanted to buy quick sets or something like that, or they just use it to donate to my Twitch. So
got you. I got you. We gonna work it out. But y'all, thank you so much, Blasia. You go ahead and get on about your day. We're gonna get on about your day. Thank you everybody in chat that came through. Renowned Zero, Prince, where you at? Tiamat, and Disparity. Thank y'all so much for coming through. And if y'all are watching this on the archive, thank y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. And I will be catching you guys on the next time. Peace and God bless.
The Dynasty.